Listen. If you want to change your life, you've got to stop lying to yourself. Stop making excuses. Stop pointing fingers, because nobody's coming to save you. This is the story of a man who refused to let excuses define his life. A man who turned pain into power, weakness into fire. His name is David Goggins. And if you listen closely, his story might just destroy every excuse you've ever made.
He was born into chaos. His father ran a roller rink, but behind the flashing lights and the music, there was violence. As a kid, David was beaten, broken, abused. Night after night, fear was his reality. At school, he struggled. He couldn't read well. He stuttered. He was overweight. And when the world looked at him, it didn't see potential. It saw a failure in the making. He failed again and again. But even then, something inside him refused to die.
Years later, after barely graduating high school, he found himself spraying cockroaches for a living. 300 pounds, depressed, eating donuts for breakfast, drinking milkshakes for dinner. And one night, he looked in the mirror, and he didn't recognize the man staring back. He saw weakness, lies, excuses. He saw everything he hated. So he made a choice. He said, "I'm done. No more blaming the world. No more feeling sorry for himself." He decided he was going to become a Navy SEAL, the toughest training in the world. People laughed. They said, You'll never make it." And for most people, they'd be right. But David Goggins wasn't most people anymore.
He walked into SEAL training overweight, unprepared and unqualified. He had to lose over 100 pounds in 3 months, and he did it. Through pain, through sleepless nights, through tears. Then came Hell Week. 5 days of no sleep, freezing water, broken bones, bleeding feet. Most quit. He didn't. He failed the first time. He failed the second time, but he came back again and finally passed on his 3rd try. That's the thing about him. He never quit. He never let an excuse take control. He didn't care about comfort. He didn't care about approval. He only cared about becoming the hardest version of himself.
When most people would have stopped after earning that trident, Goggins kept going. He ran ultramarathons, distances most people can't even drive. He set world records in pull-ups. He became a living symbol of mental toughness. But listen closely. It wasn't about the medals. It wasn't about fame. It was about conquering the voice inside his head, the one that said, "You can't." Because that's the same voice you and I hear every day. And every time he ran through pain, every time he trained through exhaustion, he was proving one thing, that you are in control. You see, excuses are easy. Anyone can say, "I don't have time." Anyone can say, "I'm tired, I'm broke," or "I'm not good enough." But that's not the truth. The truth is, you're afraid. Afraid of effort. Afraid of failure. Afraid of pain. And Goggins? He made pain his friend. He learned that the human mind quits long before the body does. He learned that suffering is the gateway to strength. When you're tired, when you're done, when you think there's nothing left, that's when you start to grow. He calls it the 40% rule. When your mind says you're done, you're only 40% done. There's more inside you, always. So what's your excuse? You say you don't have time? Wake up earlier. You say you're not motivated? Then train without motivation. You say life is unfair? Good. Use it, because nobody owes you a thing.
David Goggins didn't come from privilege. He wasn't born special. He was broken, lost, and full of excuses until he chose to stop making them. That's the power of choice. That's what separates the average from the unstoppable. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for opportunity. Start grinding. Start pushing. Start earning your respect. Because the moment you decide to stop making excuses, the world will start taking you seriously. So, what's your excuse? You say you don't have time? Wake up earlier. You say you're not motivated? Then train without motivation. You say life is unfair? Good. Use it. Because nobody owes you a thing.
Pain is temporary. Excuses last forever. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to refuse to quit. You don't need luck. You need discipline. And you don't need someone else to believe in you. You need to believe in yourself. So get up, lock in, and remember his words. You can't hurt me. Because when you stop making excuses, you become unstoppable.